How many days we need to receive the security deposit, not security, initial deposit, right? It's a 3 business day. But how about MLS rule? They say, well, because she caught in between. They say, well, when did you accept the offer? They say, Sunday. That's the 28th. And she already received the violation. What violation? She changed the status. She did. But what status she was it? Well, I asked her, what status you changed? I changed to hold. Hold what? That's right. After you receive the offer or counter offer signed by the seller, it doesn't matter when you received your email, because sometimes you receive the email 1 day late, but you, based on you email it to the purchase agreement, to the buyer's agent, they say, obviously she knows. Buyer's agent put her on the violation. Otherwise, how many people would know? Okay. That's why she got pissed. She said, how come I get a violation on this? On yesterday, say, well, look, you received the counter offer, right? Then suppose by yesterday, you should receive the initial deposit, but they did not. Well, that's your issue. You gotta have to push the buyer to drop out the initial deposit. But it's not related. She thought until received the security deposit, initial deposit, then she will change the status to sales pending and say, no, you got everything wrong. Maybe we'll talk about experienced agent. I said, you got everything wrong. You should, once you receive the offer, within 2 days, just like our listing agreement. Just later on, I will cover that. 2 days. After listing agreement, when you sign a listing agreement, 2 days, you should put on the MLS. But a lot of issue, sometimes we may have remodeling, we may have delay. What do we have to attach with? SELM form, seller exclusive MLS. And how many days, how many months you got to delay, or not even, you may not even put on MLS at all. But you got to have form, because you have to be prepared. Someone will challenge you, especially Caucasian Asian. Why? Because the Asian, we are so lazy. We are not reading our contract. We are not educate ourselves to, the law, the real estate law. All we know is sell. But we forgot the real estate law. Yeah, it is. All we care is how much we advertise our listing, or how much do we put on the flyer, but do we ever educate ourselves? Go on the board to attending the training or any risk management training. Do you spend the money to educate yourself? Hardly. I'm here actually to share with you, because I more like an American guy, because I do spend quite a few money to myself, probably even more than advertisement. Because when I invest to myself, no one take away from me. 我们不是常讲吗？台上10分钟，台下是10年功。That's how you get it. A lot of people think, our job is easy to make the money, but they didn't know how much pressure we have to handle, how much education we have to train. It's not when you get a license, then, wow, I'm Superman. No, you're nobody. Once you get a license, you are nobody. I can tell you that without the proper training. That's why I'm not trying to scare you, but most of the issue that happened to those Green P, the trainee, the first 3 years, why they got eliminated, 85%. Sometimes it could be the lawsuit, because in our lifetime, we have over 30% of a chance we'll get lawsuit. That's high in our career time. 30%, over 30%, according to attorney. Then we ask attorney, say, how can we avoid the lawsuit? And the one attorney answered to us, absolutely nothing. You cannot avoid a lawsuit. But when you cannot avoid a lawsuit, then what do you have to overcome the lawsuit? That's an issue. Document. You have to put a proper document, or even the log on the conversation. What do you tell the client? Technically, we should log it. Every conversation, when you talk to your client, you should put the log. What did I tell them today? What did I tell them yesterday? What did I tell them the day before? Until close of escrow, and that's your log. Suppose. That's what we get proper training. I know sometimes I get lazy too. I just put in one word, a couple words. Okay, that's what I did. But one thing is, at least I put all the appointment, whenever you see your client, into your smartphone. I start using those from Palm Pilot to the smartphone now, probably over like 25 years. So I got all the documentary into the computer, even on the appointments. When you got an appointment, you can put the notes. Then you can kind of refresh yourself. What subject? At least what subject you are telling them, right? Okay. But when you have a proper log to particular this client, when you bring the log to the court, the DA, court judge will say, boy, we got a hard case. Whoever want to sue you, because you got a proper log. Doesn't matter. They didn't know, did they log properly or not. But when they see your action, oh boy, printed out all the log. When I talk to this client, on which day, what I'm telling you. What day, what I'm telling. Pretty much jot down a simple a subject for the conversation, what you are telling them. So, because what we are afraid is our client backfire on us, sue us without telling them something. So go back to the issue is the violation, what he got is put on the hold. I said, that's wrong. You should put active under contract. But believe me, lots of agent doesn't know what's that mean. What does that mean, active under contract? No, really? Pretty simple. You think about this. It's still active, but under contract, isn't it? If I explain to that, just put like a two statement. It's still active, right? Because you're still within contingency period. That's still considerably active. Like used to be our old status is called a backup offer. That's an issue. Active, but under contract. You do have a contract. But the buyer haven't removed the contingency yet. So that means they still have a chance to cancel before they sign a contingency. I always leave it on my listing, active under contract. Why? That means welcome all the backup offer. And I'm also telling other agent which status I am, on this escrow or this listing. How many agents will really understand the true meaning of the active under contract? All they know, sales pending, they know. Yeah, pretty straightforward. But active under contract, believe me, a lot of people ask me a question. What's that supposed to mean? Active, but under contract. That means it's in escrow, but still not remove contingency yet, or anything could still happen. So that means the MLS rule is a 2 calendar day. You have to change the status to active under contract. You could change the sales pending if you wish, fine. If you know if somebody removed the contingency to begin with, all contingency, which I doubted, but you want to put the sales pending, that's fine. Then you do not against the MLS rule. The MLS rule is somebody put on a violation and the MLS personnel, they are watching us. I say, well, somebody did it right. You should have put on hold, do not show. Because if you read the hold, do not show, the true meaning, that actually is hold, do not show. You cannot use that when you accepting the offer, if you read it. So that's why every time when you put the hold status, you have a little bracket coming out. That is actually telling you. But how many agents did you read? That's a typical, disadvantage for us is we hate to read. We like to talk. I really encourage you, if you could spare some time, at least read something, half hour or an hour each day. If you can consecutive doing that, you will find out how much you know. You will know a lot of knowledge. Because by talking, you are not learning. But when you are reading, you will learn. Just like, watching TV, you didn't really learn, because the issue is when we watch TV, we don't have imagination. But if you can read the books, magazine or something, our brain will form the picture in the brain. And that actually will train your brain. Not only you can get smarter, or better memorize it, or sometimes you may even relax yourself, because we are really on the high pressures career, probably top 5 in the nation. A lot of people think our money is easy. Welcome. How many people pass away because in our career? A lot. Pass away, not just out of, well, when they are out of our career, they are lucky. But a lot of people, because we have to make the money using our energy, thought, health. Why I want to exercise a lot. I want to keep it up. If I want to endure my career longer, if I plan to work over 90 years old, then I better do something now. Because I love my job. How many of you can say that I love my job? I love my career. No. I'm not, it's like making money. That's a different story. But do you really, truly love your job? But actually, I hate to use a job. Job is like you taking a salary. Our, profession, it should be like career, because you're your own boss, isn't it? I mean, you can sleep till 12 o'clock if you wish. Nobody care. Yeah. But if you go to the Mike Ferry training, what's their schedule? Will tell you wake up at 5 o'clock. You go to bed at 10 o'clock. That's their training. When at 5 o'clock, when you get up, you have meditation. You can exercise. You don't jump on work right away. No. You don't work until like 8 or 9 o'clock. Still the same. But within that 5 to 8 o'clock period of time, you are healing yourself. That's quite important. This is something, on our textbook didn't tell us. Yeah. All they know is we making money. Yeah. But how many people would know after a long period of time, if you continue this job, what do you think your health? You just check them out. Yeah. Just like you burning, you're exhausted. So that's why I keep on telling you, don't burn yourself. It's just when you need to take a break, go ahead, take a break. Relax. Great for you. Okay, paragraph number 8. Item included in and excluded from sales. 8A. Note of a buyer to sell the item listed as included or excluded in the MLS. Flyers or marketing material are not including in the purchase price or excluded from the sales unless specified in paragraph 8B or C. So if you're the listing agent, when you know I cover on a listing agreement, I'll tell you, because when you sign in a listing, you will usually ask the seller what items are included or excluded. We all know the fixture is included, right? We should know, right? Okay, I don't have to cover that anymore, the fixture. Okay. For example, you know, everything attached to the house. Attached to the house, from kitchen cabinet to the house cabinet to even your medicine cabinet in the bathroom. I know some of a mirror in the bathroom, they're attached to the wall, right? Those stay. We have an issue before. If those are hanging mirror on the bathroom, can they remove it? Technically, yeah, you could. The nail have to stay because attached to the house. But usually people doesn't do that. You know, you remove the mirror of the bathroom. But if you do, okay, if I have an issue. That's happened to my case. The seller removed the bathroom mirror after the close of escrow, and my buyer said, "Wait a minute, where's the mirror? Come on, a bathroom without a mirror, that's hard, right? But that's a hanging mirror. You know, it's an oval shaped mirror. It's not big. Oh, it got a sentimental value to me because that's more like a picture frame. Can you remove it? Technically, yes, you could." Okay, fine. Then my buyer say, "Okay, then why don't you?" Because that's pretty odd. And I told the listing agent, I say, "Look, that's not going to cost much. Just have the seller put any mirror on the top. It's okay. We don't really have to, you know, get the particular mirror. As long as you put the mirror in the bathroom, well, okay." But if you're the listing agent and you see the house with those hanging mirror, or picture frame, definitely they can take away. But mirror, that's pretty obvious. Well, leave it there. You tell them and say, "Well, are you going to leave those mirrors on the bathroom?" They will look at that. Most of us sellers say, "Obviously, oh yes. What should I take those mirrors for?" I said, "Well, since that's not really attached to the house, it's not really considered a fixture. So you assume, you know, that's why I don't want to make an assumption you will leave it there. That's why I'm asking you. That's included, right?" Yeah. But I mean, if anything is a fixture, especially chandelier, when you get those custom home, a costly chandelier, the seller want to move away. I say, "Well, look, you could, but we have to put on the listing agent. So do I have to put on the MLS, excluded items, because on the MLS, under the description, as a listing agent, you have include item and excluded item. Included item, you can put, some people, it may be like, you got a built-in refrigerator, that will be included. No matter what, you should include it because that's built into the kitchen cabinet. But if the regular refrigerator and seller like to include it at the sales price, even washer and dryer, okay, what do you put? You put it on a contract, on a listing agreement. Then you put on an MLS. So whoever buying the property, they would know. Another item, what is, you know, people may remove that. What's that? Stand-alone range. Do you guys know the range, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, the burning stove. Okay, it's not built in. That's and stand-alone. Did I attach to the wall? No. Beside the gas line, it needs to stay, right? Because the gas line, it attached to the wall. Technically, that stove is not attached to the wall. That's why we need to put, that's why I put old stoves here. Why? Just in case they remove the stoves. All right? So those are the issue. You know, remember what we have to, you know, do, and also later on we'll cover that. So number one, so all existing fixture and fitting that is attached to the property, that is included to the sales. Number two, existing electrical, mechanical, lighting, plumbing, heating fixtures, ceiling fan. Fireplace insert gas log.
The gas log? Well, yeah, they do attach. Which part? It's a gas log because they have a gas line attached with the log.
All right. And greatest solar power system.
Whether you like it or not, it's already attached to the roof. Most likely it's a roof, though. I think, you know, I don't think they put it anywhere else. But that's whether you like it or not. If they still it's a lease, either you sign a lease with the new solar sign up with the solar company, or you don't buy the property. You just have to take over if it's under the lease.
Built-in appliances, window, door screens, awning, shutter, window covering, attached floor coverage, television antenna.
We hardly see the television antenna now outside. This one is actually talking about the outside of the house, not the in. We do have an indoor antenna, just like my house. I have an indoor HD antenna. Okay, that's different. That you can remove. It's okay. But this one is talk about outside the house. You know, my parents' house still have antenna. Okay, just like the kids now. If you draw a TV with the dial, you know, on the channel, they don't know what's that. All they know is a remote.
Satellite dishes.
Okay, because they attach the roof or an edge of a facial board, because that's what's considered attached.
Air cooler and conditioners, pool spa equipment, garage door opener and remote control, mailbox, in-ground landscaping, tree and shrub. We have an issue. Chinese love to, you know, plant a lot of fruit tree, but when they are selling the house, they want to. Oh, this is my orange tree. Oh, I love my guava tree. Oh, so after they close high school, they dig a hole and remove the tree. You may not. Look at right here. All the tree and shrub have to stay. If you do have those clients, before you put on the photo, before you put on the listing, tell them dig it, put into a pot. When you put it in a pot, then you can remove. It's okay. All right? When you put it in a pot, you could. Water feature and fountains.
What do you mean water feature? Like what? Water softener? Water purifier? It's supposed to stay. Because your plumbing connected. That's become part of a house. Fountain. 喷泉. A water softener. Yeah, well, okay, that's the same thing. Water softener, water purifier, water features. That's considered more like those attached. Like some of a custom home, they do have a fountain inside the hallway, right? You know, when you open the door on the you know, the formal entry. Wow, have a fountain. Or any water feature over there. Sometimes they do have an indoor pond. Pond, yeah, little pond. And the security system alarm. Oh yeah. And the following if check. Then those are. Yeah. Okay, the security system, it is. No. No, that's not hard at all. Why? Okay, how do you remove the, let me see. Do you guys know how to remove, well, this is outside of the real estate, just for a basic knowledge. How do you respond? That's the siren. Okay, for the security system when it's not active. do not use it. How do you do it? No. 2 years later, because we had the issue before, especially on the rental property. Landlord has it, the security system, same thing. After a couple of years later, when they lease it, because that's the security system sold. How do you disarm? Well, one thing that's pretty smart. No. See, the issue is you have to know the system. The alarm system is, first of all, you unplug. First of all, they don't have a plug, right? You have to plug into the wall to make the alarm system work. Okay? Or if sometimes if it's a hot wire, that's fine. If if something hot wire, you just have to, disable the hot wire into the wall. Those are more, you might have to ask an electrician to do that. But on the other hand, usually the system, they all have a backup battery. You also have to unplug, pull it off the wire to unplug the backup battery. Then when they have no power, believe me, nothing will work. Okay, then cut it. No, it doesn't have to destroy it. You just have to cut the wire. That's it. You get the no. That's because the siren backup battery. When you trigger the siren part also have a backup battery. It is. You have to know. Go find it. I love to find every secret room in the house. That's the closet, everything. A lot of people are asking me on a security system. I said, even I'm not a security guy, but it is though. I love to play with it and plug with it. I even pop it open when someone else a security system, even on brand new house. Oh, there's a holiday wire. Aha. Okay, so that means I even tell when you deliver the house, most of the security system in the master bedroom closet. Your kid's still online, right? And let me unplug the wire, Cat5 wire, the cable wire. So they have no internet. Oh, they're still online. Bang! I shut off. No, you don't know. We'll talk about the wire because you are not interested in that. I love those because I was an engineering background. I love those stuff. You don't need to answer and say that's not my concern because we are not the professional. Being a woman, that's great. They can tolerate. I don't know. Well, figure you don't know. Yeah, but being a man, a little bit bad. They were expecting you would know everything. Yeah. No. I'm the agent, but I'm only deal with the real estate. You don't have to answer any question outside of a real estate. We are not professional. And if I tell you something wrong, well, unless you really know how to do it, That's I have to, because we have this advantage. We don't have a look. We don't have the, sometimes, put it this way. A girl can easily deal with the client. It's because, I got lost. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's okay. Being a male's agent, they say, oh, you got lost? What, wait. What kinds of career you are in? Especially when you show the property. So that's difference. A lot of it advantage on a female agent, really. You got to appreciate you are a female agent. Say, you can have a client drive you to the house. Can I have my client drive me to the property? Yeah, you wish. Your client become your chauffeur? No way. Yeah.
But I mean, those are, you know, issue, and even they do have a device for the signal distortion. So I don't know, did you ever see the ad? It's like, okay, mom is finished, put out the dinners on the table, and from father to all the kids, sister is on the phone. Boy, mom is so pissed. Turn on the device. Suddenly, all the cell phone is not working. No signal, no service. Did you notice that our airport also has those systems?
When you go down to LAX, when you come in a custom area,
Suddenly,
how come my cell phone is no service?
do you think it's really no service?
Think about that. Yeah.
Otherwise, when everybody line up wait for the custom,
Everybody on the phone. Next! Next! They keep on yelling and nobody listens. So when you are lining up, do you think that area?
They say, believe me, you know, no service. Suddenly, when you go out to the luggage area,
hey, signal is back. Yeah.
Obviously. But they only have the Wi-Fi. On what Wi-Fi they have it? Not airport Wi-Fi. You'll see later on, you see the newest thing, it's called a mobile passport. I use that. I love it. When hundreds of people line up, I just walk through. Not electronic, so I still walk through the custom, but I download the apps on my smartphone. They call it a mobile passport. I already filled out all the questionnaire on the phone. So what I do is like every time, I can tell you on the LAX, it's a line 51. The only one line. Line 51. When you get a custom,
oh, a lot of them, right? Okay.
51. That is a mobile passport line. I grab my iPhone and scan my QR code.
Welcome back,
James. I don't even show my passport when I come in. When I look in my luggage going out, oh, you scan there. Thank you.
You go up.
I didn't even bring out my passport when I come in. Because the mobile passport, I just scan the passport information. All the questionnaire, you need to fill it out. Everything's there. And I scan, let them scan the QR code. My information suddenly pop up their screen. Done. Oh, I know. And when a lot of people line up, you know, I had to get punching the kiosk. I punching nothing. See, the disadvantage on that is my luggage hasn't even come out yet. I still need to wait because I come out too soon. When I get out of the plane, get out the custom, 5 minutes. I got out. Where's my luggage? Still on the previous airline. The airline, what I catch in, they haven't delivered the luggage yet. So I gotta stand on the luggage carousel for 20 minutes. Even I already got a priority come out, but still 20 minutes. Yeah, come out too soon. But just tell you the new feature. I love to try the new things. So that's the one thing. I don't have to, this is free. Okay, so that's the only Wi-Fi you have on the custom area. That's a mobile passport. You will see the Wi-Fi signal. It's a mobile passport because you can only fill in 4 hours before your check, come in. You cannot fill it too early because when I fly from Asia, I cannot fill it first. Then come back. That is expire. After 4 hours expire. Oh, you try to find the apps already? Yeah. I know you keep on playing with your smartphone. I know. It's a blue logo. Which one you look at it? Let me see.
We don't have the app here. I mean, from the Wi-Fi, it's blocked the app store.
Why?
Apparently there's something wrong.
Oh, your parents blocking you. You still a little kid?
You wait. Okay. That is a nice feature, what I have, for the mobile passport. So, okay, and we'll continue. If the stoves sometimes
some of our house they can more than one stove.
So that's why we mark all stoves except if somebody want to take the commercial stoves
For example, some of a custom home, they have 2 kitchen, right? One is a wonk stove, big one. One is a regular, nice display, 4 or maybe 6 burner stove. That's different. Those are never cooked. Every time they cook, it's go into the room, close the door. You know, that's a big wonk. You know, those kitchen. But I mean, if you remove any stoves, then you gotta have to put it except which stoves. If you want to remove, you know, some of the commercial burner is really expensive, over $10,000. You know what? Seller one, they want to remove it, so you gotta have to read. You gotta have to read. And being a listing agent, be careful because this is a trap. Number 2, B2, this is a trap. Out of a listing agent would miss, because we do have a coworker, because they got a refrigerator, and because it's a built-in refrigerator, expensive built-in refrigerator, and seller particular signing the listing agreement said we want to remove it, and she did not put into the listing agreement, or maybe she did, but on the purchase agreement, hey, if I'm the buyer's agent, I will mark all refrigerator. Oh, that's a nice one. If I see the Sub-Zero there, wow, that's easily 10 grand refrigerator. Well, I will mark all refrigerator included. Then, later on, then the buyer's agent said, well, just reminding you, you're only about to do the final walkthrough. Just remember, the refrigerator need to stay. Huh? No. The seller said remove it. No, it stay. What do you mean it stay? I already put in the contract. You guys all agree. He go back and look at our purchase agreement. Damn it. It is mark all refrigerator, because she asked me, where is that? I said, what do you mean, where is that? Right here, paragraph AB2. Oh, when you read, it is. Well, then she got to pay for it. The agent, the listing agent, she paid for the new refrigerator for the buyer. It cost about $4,500. Okay. It happened. It could be cost you a fortune. All right. So that's why you got to be careful for what the buyer's agent put it. They may send you a trap. This is another thing is all washer and dryer. I see the custom home. Boy, they have a washer. They have I don't remember. It's 2 sets, almost. I think 3 sets. I say, why you need so many sets of washer and dryer? Oh, we got 6 kids. Oh, every day we continue wash and dry. I say, okay, then I understand. Then if those are situation, you want to leave it to the next. So that's why they have 2 laundry rooms. They even have a 3rd laundry room in the garage. They have 1 laundry room downstairs, 1 laundry room upstairs. It's a custom home, so. And you got another set of laundry room set. I don't think they have a dryer system, but I mean, you can see the hookups over there. If they want to leave there, okay, put it. Number 3, the following additional items. If any items you are given to the buyer that you listed, or buyer's agent, you want to ask, oh, I love your dining table. I love your blah, 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 whatever the furniture may be, okay? You want the seller give it to you. You pay the premium to them. What do you put? We put it right here. The following additional items. If you really want their furnitures, because those are the personal items. Those are including part of a deal. You know, some of especially typical Asian, they like to, I don't know why they love to buy the whole furniture from the seller. Personally, I don't want it. I don't want to sleep someone else's bed. Yeah, they even want a bedding set. I said, what are you talking about? Yeah, master bedroom, all the bedroom bedding set. We like to have it, and so do their furniture. Since they are so matching in the house, why they have to move? Why they need to move? I said, I mean, what they are talking about? I mean, perhaps I don't really quite understand which they would come from. I said, okay, being an agent, fine. If you really like those, I'll see what I can do. You want to include a deal or exclude it from the deal? Usually, I would encourage you exclude from the deal, so you don't increase your property tax, everything. So you put the furniture, anything, purchase with the separate items.
And number 4, existing integrated phone home automatic system, including necessary components such as intranet and internet connecting hardwired device control units, other than the non-dedicated mobile device, electronics and computers, and applicable software, permission, password, code, access information are included the sale.
This is something new, isn't it? We all have a now, not just a smartphone, we have a smart house now, right? I know my house is not smart yet, okay? I don't have money to upgrade yet. But I mean, you see a lot of a house, they are smart house. What they talk about a smart house? You can use your mobile phone, your smartphone to control your thermostat before you're going home, right? Set the control. Can you set all the lighting from your mobile home? I mean, smartphone, yeah. Can you set up your alarm system through your smartphone? Yes. You can control almost every electronics at home if you are upgraded to the smart home from your smartphone. Right? So that's why they're adding on this. The only thing you can take away is your smartphone. Your smart home device, everything, it has to stay. All the wiring, the systems, you know, the machine, those need to stay, the home, because it's attached to part of a home now. All the wiring, everything. That's right, surveillance camera, right? CCTV, those are stay. You're only attached to the house. Unless you, if you don't like it, go ahead and remove it, you know, before you put on the listing. So as long as buyer did not see it, it doesn't count. So that means when the moment you put on the listing, everything counts. The only thing you can remove it is your computer.
No, but you can, for the surveillance camera, you can write like exclude, right?
Yeah, you can write exclude. You can leave it there and remove it later. Or do we have, you know, later on we'll cover that, like a flat screen TV hanging on the wall, you know, for the built-in stereo system. Or built-in, you definitely stay. Some of it's already, you know, put into the ceiling. Then when you remove that, even I know, some of it, if you hang on a corner of a wall, those are easy to remove, okay? But if you already drill the hole and put it in the ceiling, those are, you know, they better stay. Yeah. And any lease or lien item and system, seller should within this specify in paragraph 14A. That's a contingency period time. Okay, when every time it's talk about, if you look at your purchase agreement 14A, that's a contingency period, 17 day on default. 1, disclose to the buyer if any item or system specified in paragraph 8B or otherwise included in the sales or is leased or not not owned by the seller or any etc. concerning any such items, buyer's ability to assume any such lease or willingness to accept the property subject to any such lien or encumbrance in the contingency is favor of buyer and seller as specified in paragraph 14B and C. Those are contingency period. When you have a solar system at home and it's under the lease, whether you like it or not, you have to assume the lease if you want to buy that particular house. You can tell the seller to pay off the lease if you want to, but usually pay off is expensive. Then that's why within the contingency period, seller need to give all the lease agreement, like solar panel, sometimes water softener. It could be lease, or water purifier. It could be lease. All the lease, or another major thing we see the most, alarm system. Do we have a contract alarm system when you sign up? 3 years, right? Okay, that's lease. Solar panel, that's probably what, 25 years. Usually that's a lease agreement. That's a long time.
And is it really save the energy? I don't know.
Really.
At least to my house, no.
I pay less than the solar panel. Because the payment for the solar panel, I rather pay the Edison company. It's cheaper. Yeah.
Because my bill is, yeah.
It's kind of cheap. Usually I'm not home, I guess, though. Yeah. And I don't use the air conditioning system either.
Oh, summertime, I just using ceiling fan.
No,
But I do have a pool. I do have a refrigerator. Going home, you watch TV. Yeah, those probably the most. I use the electricity. Yeah.
and I probably pay the gas company semi-annually.
It's only cost me $5
A month?
I say, because I got tankless water heater. That's what the big difference when you have a regular water tank or the tankless water heater. Big difference on the saving. And they can prolong a life long time. The current one is I've been using for about 15 years now. Yeah, still going strong. They only got about 10 years. That's probably you're pushing 20 years at most until this leak. But they do save a lot of gas though when you go to tankless water heaters. That's why I would encourage you if you go check it out, on a brand new house with a builder, because usually they would install all the newest items, from could be the design, the cabinet, the feature, everything. That actually you can kind of educate yourself though.
I think sooner or later you'll probably see the VR. Virtual reality. You want to see the house? Put on your goggle. Ooh. Probably hook it up internet. The builder will say, "Oh, you want to see the brand new home?" And you when you get in, you feel like you walk in the house, or maybe you're
a foreign client buyer.
They're in China, they're
in Taiwan or Hong Kong.
Put on their VR, and you put on the camera, the glasses. When you see the house, what they see,
just like our FaceTime.
Until we got 5G technology, we can do that. So far, we are the 4G LTE signal, right? Because of 5G coming up, it's 100 times faster than 4G. 400 times faster than, well, certainly our company Wi-Fi, that's for sure. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. They recorded already. Oh, I'm sorry. I badmouthed about it. But I mean, for the 5G, eventually their signal speed is faster than Wi-Fi, our current Wi-Fi. Even I know you got maybe fiber optic, or maybe you got cable system. So that's why later on our resolution for the TV is going to be 8K instead of 4K now. I know most likely all we got is only 1080 for the high definition, right? They already sell the TV for 4K. Boy, so clear. 8K is exceeding our eyes we can recognize. So that's why until the technology jump to 5G signal, that actually it will have a revolution our lifestyle. Because the TV, you have 8K. Not only that, we have a lot of unattended driving vehicle. Because that will be signal fast enough. It's just blinking your eyes that fast. Everything can be transmitted. So doctor doing the surgery, they can be in the United States, and they do the surgery in Hong Kong. With what? Da Vinci. Those are the robot.
Do the surgery. Do you know it's like they already, doing the dentist, they already have the feature. You can do the implant through robot. And it's very accurate. Wow, yeah. Yeah. Well, then later on, what we need a doctor for. Yeah. But it's still a long time before the robot, the AI, can diagnostic our problem. That probably have to wait another 10 years to 20 years But 5G signal, you probably wait another 2-3 years. We'll upgrade it to 5G.
Yeah.
Boy, am I looking forward for the new technology. Not only the speed is 100 times faster, the cost is only 1% of what we cost.
So later on, we can have. I still love buffet, all you can eat. So that's why I love that.
So far,
Any company is still doing the data plan for what? Unlimited, mobile, T-Mobile, maybe.
I know not in the AT&T. I know they to the certain time limit they will drop the speed of the signal. But once they upgrade it, their cost is less,
Only the 1% of what we cost right now, but the speed is 100 times faster.
Then I think now later on everything's unlimited. So those are, when you look at any lease or lien items, you gotta have to review those lease agreement and have to be approved by the company before the contingency period. Don't wait until the last minutes, because that's not seller's concern. As a buyer's agent, you gotta be careful on your due diligence. We need to work. Especially if those with the lease item, you gotta have to bring the buyer, have to get approved by the company before
remove contingency. Usually they will.
Okay, but if later, but when they found out the payment, sometimes the buyer, because they found out the payment for the solar panel, they may cancel the deal because it's high, $150. Boy, that's more than it's about like 2-3 months electricity bill. Then why should I need solar panel for? That's what I'm telling you. My winter time, it's only cost me $70-80 a month. But your solar panel, it costs you $150 per month. Then why you need a solar panel for? To me, if I buy any house, I don't want to buy anything with a solar panel. Not to my lifestyle. I'm not an air conditioning person. So I'm not afraid of coldness, or the heat.
As you can see.
Yeah.
Most of the time, short sleeves. So those are, you have to, review everything before the contingency period ends.
Number 6, seller represent that all items included and purchase price unless otherwise specified, the owner or the owned by the seller and shall be transferred free and clear of lien and encumbrance, except the item system identified pursuing the AB5. So those are the lease,
especially alarm system. You gotta have to clear, especially when seller move away and they have a contract. You better have a seller have to deal with them. For example, if I don't need an alarm system, which I really don't like it personally, really. Yeah. I don't know why, I just don't like the alarm system. Huh? I do have an alarm system.
But I disabled it.
All I do is an American flag and a handgun. Wild, Wild West. You want to come in? Be my day. Huh?
Oh, I know. So that's why, my both side neighbor is like, James, you're covered. What do you mind? What do you mean I'm covered? We both houses have a surveillance camera. We all, actually our angle can cover your whole house. Oh, thank you so much. Because my front yard, everything, their angle is so, you on each angle. Oh, you covered that. Oh. Yeah, they say, okay. But the good thing is, I get away a lot. You guys might notice that I travel a lot. But every time when I go, I will notify my neighbors. Watch my house. The good thing is you try to find your neighbor is not old. The older people, they're not good. No, because a retired person, nothing wrong with the retired person.
I have a retired civil engineer from Alhambra City Hall, and he's still fairly young because he retired about 50 something. Well, he can travel, you know, to go on a cruise for a month because he still get a 70% of a 70 or 80% of a pay. Yeah, his salary all the way until he passed away, and he invests a unit income property long time ago in Alhambra. Woohoo! Yeah, that was like how much? 100,000 for 4 units, or 150,000 for 4 units. How much it costs us? Oh, definitely over $1 million. That's easy. And he just collect the rent plus his retirement salary. Pooh, he can have a good life. Yeah. So those are the people, you know, I probably will get, I'm glad I didn't really get Chinese neighbor among left and right. Chinese neighbor, sometimes great, sometimes they don't care. Okay, so the good thing is I notified the both neighbor and right across the street. Wow, okay, that one is the Chinese though. Okay, they're the younger couple. That's fine. Younger people, they're more Americanized. That's fine. Even I know it's like, you know, one of our house right across the street. The whole street I pretty much all know the whole neighbors. Because I have a personality when every time I get in the morning, walking on the street, hi, yeah. Don't be afraid, because you have to let your neighbor know you. So when you need help, so we, you know, help each other. Just like last time, you know, sheriff department come to our street. Actually, we do come out of the neighborhood. We try to, you know, have the more people attending on the neighborhood watch. But unfortunately, only got 20 some peoples. To listen to the sheriff department, they come out to do, you know, tell us the knowledge, you know, for how we can do the neighborhood watch. Because if the theft, they come out, they also come out with a Chinese area. They know Chinese have money. That's why I put the American flag in front of my garage. I'm not Chinese. You want to come in my house? Ha 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 ha. First of all, you don't have money, and we do have guns. How many Chinese people put American flag? Almost nothing. None. Zero. But you know what? When I tell my client, boy, they buy they.
So your title, I see the title.
Yeah, right. The theft will check on your title. Yeah, right. Yeah, how many theft will check your title? Yeah, yeah, but but that's okay. But when they're passing by, because usually they have to watch. You know, when they're passing by the street, most of it you see Caucasian. Even I know my neighbor, they are Egyptian. Here is the American-born Hispanic. We all put an American flag. So actually, 3 houses, you know, right on this on the, you know, on the road with the American flag, even right on the corner. It's actually, that's really Caucasian. But if you look at Asian, from Korean to Chinese, they got put no American flag on their house. But I mean, another good TV feature, you know, what I heard from Neighborhood Watch is you can install those video camera doorbell. They will recommend Ring, right? Okay, 200-300, huh? Yeah, it is popular. Yeah, that is something you guys can consider. No. Depend on which generation. It's pretty clear now. It's a high definition set camera. Oh, yours from could be from the. If you're from alarm company, now it's not very clear. Ring, doorbell, ding dong. You know what? Did you ever see that? See, you know, the agents. You know, later. You know, did you ever see that when you show the property, when you ring the doorbell, and who answered to you? They say, okay, you may get in, and I hide the key where? Because I did that before. And the seller telling me through the camera of the doorbell, and which I recognize because I see that's a Ring doorbell. That's the name is called Ring, or ING. So actually, I go myself. So I want to see the sellers.
So we can install that by ourselves.
Yes, and your smartphone, when somebody push the doorbell, your smartphone will ring. Yeah, anybody will, because they also have a sensor. So somebody passing by, leave you a package in your front door, somebody took away the package, they all record it. Well, usually they cannot find it. Yeah, I know. They cannot really find it. Yeah. Yeah. So those are, yeah, it's very useful. Yeah. Well, Diamond Bar, I know got a lot of theft and crimes. I know. Uh-huh. Yeah. Because when you have a video, you help the police officer to catch the crime. Because usually the theft, if they see you have those doorbell, they are afraid to ring it. Because usually the theft will ring your doorbell twice or three times. Make sure you are not home. Then they will try to break in. But if you see those systems, they're not dumb either. So you see those people, if they the house, if they bring those put those device in the front door. And I say, okay, they walk away. I know they wear the cap, they have to go low, very low. That's okay. You can, if you see that, okay, who are you? Hello, how can I help you? Oh, if I talk back to those people, when they ring the doorbell, show me your face. Yeah. You think they will get it? They'll run. If you don't show me your face, I call the police now. You think they will stay? Yeah. You could have those systems. Pretty easy, and it's pretty effective. Might be even better than an alarm system. The alarm system is more passive. When somebody break in, alarm system will go. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, they probably, that's why I told you, last time when I tell you how many cops on patrol in Diamond Bar, only 3 patrol car. Roland High, I don't know, because Roland High is the sheriff. No, it's a county area. They can patrol by either highway patrol, CHP, or sheriff department from city industry. But Walnut even worse, only 1 patrol car at all time. That's a minimum. Yeah. Hey, they will get paid. Who paid their salary? That's the city hall. But I believe, after probably the outlets they build, in the city of industry between Walnut and Diamond Bar, and I think both cities will get richer, and we can hire more, police department. I mean, more hire policemen. Yeah. Yeah. So you gotta have to depend on the county's budget. If the county didn't give you enough budget, tough luck. But you know what? Roland High do have enough population to become a city. But unfortunately, the people in Roland High vote no to become a city.
Because they want to set a tax.
They city tax. Actually, you know what? Because a lot of people there is not a real estate agent like we do. Hacienda High, Roland High, they did try, but unfortunately they didn't go through. But if you really look at if you check out a real list, it's about the same, even a county area. You still need to pay school, you still need to pay police, you still pay fire department. Actually, this is about the same with those city tax, with the Diamond Bar and Walnut. If you really compare the same price, it's only a few $100 difference. Walnut probably paid about $500 more. It's because Walnut have more green area, the landscape. Those are need to be maintained. So Walnut, if the same price house, Walnut probably paid about like $500 more than, if we talk about like a $800,000 house, it's about $500 more between Walnut and Diamond Bar, because they have to maintain the landscape. Roland High, No, a little bit cheaper. If an $800,000 house is only same thing, $500 different annually per year. That's nothing. But they don't think that way. Who they don't think that way? Asian. I know, but you cannot spank them, right? Yeah. So Hispanic American, they will definitely go for it. But unfortunately, over 60% of the population are Asian, especially Chinese. Yes. And then they vote no. They don't care.
So you mean we didn't save a lot?
No, you did not save a lot. You probably only save $500 a year. That's almost nothing. But to the elderly people, $500 may be a lot. Who knows? Yeah. Okay, number 6. A seller represent. Do I cover that? Yeah. Okay. C. Item excluded from sale. Here we go. Unless otherwise specified, the following items are excluded from sale. 1. Audio-video components, such as a flat screen TV, speaker, and other items. We'll state it right here already, clearly. All right? Those they can remove. If any such item is not itself attached to the property, that means if you mount it on the wall, even if a property for earthquake purpose, because the anchor, like what, do you know what is actually anchor to the wall? Gas range. Our stove, gas range. They do have a earthquake anchor on the bottom. So they will not shake. You know, it's just like if an earthquake, if the range is a standalone range, they will start moving out. But if they have to, have earthquake range on the wall attached to it, so they will not, come out. Those are as earthquake range, but earthquake, for the purpose to put it there. So it's not considered attached. That's why we need to mark all stoves. That's why. Otherwise, technically, can seller remove the stove? Yes. Just leave you a gas line. And if anything, excluded, you put it over there. Also, bracket attached to the wall, flooring, ceiling for any such component. Furniture item should remain with the property. So that means you can remove the TV, but you need to leave the bracket. TV bracket. Because TV bracket has been mounted on the wall, become a fixture now. TV is not fixture, but the bracket is. So that's why you can also mark here. If you don't like it, fine. You tell the seller, will be removed and holes and other damage shall be repaired, but not repainted. So that means buyer can have the seller say, I'll let you remove the bracket, or I kind of force you to remove the bracket since my TV could be bigger than yours. Or my TV is not mounted on the wall. I may put on the TV stand. So go ahead, patch the wall. You may not need to paint it, but please patch the wall, because the bracket, when the bracket coming out, the wall could be hauled like this big. Depending on what kinds of bracket they mounted though. Like my flat screen TV, when I mounted 15 years ago, I know I got an old flat screen TV. And back then I only bought high definition, even have no signal. I mount in on the bracket has 9 holes on the wall. They just use that. I never thought about that. We didn't really drill through the stud. It just the regular drywall. You attach a bracket. We use the the Velcro strap. Tied it up. Those bracket done. It's been 15 years. Great. Not even crack a wall on the earthquake. So strong. No. It's like the regular. It's not like this. It's concrete wall. So those are you can request a seller to do it for you. Paragraph 9, closing and possession. All right, this is a different subject now. Buyer intend or does not intend to occupy the property as buyer's primary residence. It's okay, clearly tell them, are you going to be occupied or does not occupy? It's an investment property, you mark it does not occupy. Otherwise, default is considered owner occupied. But if your buyer doesn't know they are going to occupy or not, you leave it there.
Because they are not clear yet. Because bank will see that too. If you put it does not occupy and you apply for buyer's occupied loan, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. What kinds of loan you are applying? You borrow, you try to cheat again.
I know. 9B, seller occupy or vacant property possession shall be delivered to the buyer at 6 p.m. That's usually from, see, used to be it's 5 p.m. Now it becomes 6 p.m. from the old contract. Yeah. So that's why little minor item, time with anything, they could be changed. Okay. Now it's 6 p.m. On the date of close of escrow, this is default, usually. If number 2, if you check that, if they need to a certain day, if like 3 days to move out of the house, so you check here, no later than, you put 3 calendar day after close of escrow. Remember the scenario, what I had before, if you really want to change it out of terms and condition when it's multiple offer issue and seller doesn't know where they want to move. This is an area I put 15 days. Voluntarily, I offer seller, you can have 15 days to move. I still put 30-day escrow, but suddenly it becomes 45 days. So I get my commission first in my pocket, but now and the buyer agreed to let the seller to stay another 15 days. They will cover their property tax, insurance, and whatever, maybe. So they have enough time to move out the house. Yeah. Well, accident could happen anytime. I know. And that's why I want to get my commission first. 30 days. You cannot protect yourself, for anything could happen. Earthquake could happen, fire could happen within that 15 days. The whole house got burned down. Well, that's why you got an insurance for. That's why the buyer got to have a fire insurance right before the close escrow, so the policy can be, written. So that's the difference, though. Well, certainly we don't want anything happen like, Well, helicopter, crash to the resident. Yeah, it happened. Oh. Oh. Yeah, technically, you're right. Absolutely. By law, it is. Helicopter crash to the house, and say if the pilot crashed that house and died here. 3%. Okay. Then depend on, did they announce death right on that spot, or they have ambulance hauled away? That's different. Ambulance hauled away, that doesn't count. All right? But is that house have a record? Most likely. They will have a record at the fire department, or it could be police department. Well, that's it. Well, 10 years later, that house is resale it again. Okay? Are we going to disclose that? Is that considered unnatural death? It is unnatural death. I know, unfortunate may happen, but that's why I like to close of escrow. It is unfortunate to happen, but I like to close of escrow as soon as possible. Is because if those accidents happen, what do you think buyer would do if you're in escrow, that particular listing house? They will cancel the escrow. The cancellation, believe me, I hate it. But accident to happen, as you say, yes. Okay, but when it's canceled, you work for nothing. And the seller have to, for that situation, I think seller may need to return the deposit back to the seller, because when an accident happened, they have to redisclosure. If the 3 people pass away at that crash site and they announce death, and instead of a coroner they coming in, it's not ambulance, okay? 殡仪馆的人来了，不是救护车来 okay? So that's different. All right? The Rose Hill people come instead of an ambulance. That's different. Okay? Then that means they will announce death over there at that particular site. Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Okay, yeah, who need to prepare that document? Okay. Those are, it doesn't matter who prepare it. You can either buyer's agent or selling listing agent can prepare. But most likely, that's what I'm telling you. Put it this way. If it's the, okay, let me cover that 3. 3, that means if like you have any particular, time and date,
then you put it over there. If you offer them,
just like I offer them 15 days, then you can offer them
to stay to particular day for free.
Okay. Then if that's an issue, then we put seller remaining in position after close of escrow. When it's free, I put on the top. But when a 9C,
Those are not free.
anything in a 9C,
the seller have to pay the rent.
So that means when you do the 9C, we have 2 scenarios. One is the seller remaining in position after close of sales. If the seller has a right to remain in position after close of escrow, 1, the party are advised to sign a separate occupancy agreement, such as CAR form SIP, seller in possession. For seller continue to occupy for less than 30 days. Usually, the 30 days occupancy agreement, those are we issue by the buyer's agent, usually. Because
if they ask for a free, we also need to prepare SIP.
no, if they ask for free, you put on the B, 9B. How many days or what date you come out? See that?
How many calendar days after close of escrow, or exactly
The date. If it's free. SIP will charge daily. How much per day? Like what? Airbnb, right? You charge it. Huh? You could do the SIP, or usually 9C, that's a place to charge it. If they ask for 20 days for free, you put it right here. You can check mark no later than 20 days after close of escrow. Those are you give it to the seller for free. Those are a 9B. If anything free, you put it a 9B. Anything need to pay, you put it a 9C. So that's
easy to remember, right? Okay. Free or pay.
So within 30 days, you calculate daily rate. So that's why you put seller in possession. Because you do have an area that put how much it costs or how much you want to charge per day on that SIP. Later on, I will, I'll including this to the purchase package, because on particular this transaction, I do have issue SIP. I kind of hide it. Yeah. That's why you gotta have to consult with a loan agent first. And I know when particular this case, the banker, I hate this banker. That's why I purposely I did not mark anything here, but I do put the SIP separately. You see that? I didn't mark anything. I just don't mark it. Once you mark it, well, no, I'm not dying, but I mean, as long as the lender know, like, some lender, they are okay with it, but the maximum is 2 months rent back, usually. So before you talk to, see, that's why the loan agent different than underwriter. You can talk to loan agent for anything, but you cannot talk to underwriter for everything. That's different. If you talk to underwriter for everything, you just kill the deal. Or besides, you have no way to contact the underwriter anyway. They are hiding in a little cubicle to review all the files. They are the person. They are not going to talk to anybody. They are not social skill people. Got it? So that's why they are underwriter. Social skill people, the most, it's like we do. We have to get a social skill. So do the lender, loan officer. They require a social skill. They need to communicate with their borrower. So borrower will tell them everything, and they will package the loan nicely, then send it to underwriter to approve. Nicely, that's right, nicely. So if the loan officer say, okay, you could put maximum whatever day, say 1 month or 2 months, fine. Then within their tolerance, they are okay with it. They can still have owner-occupied loan. If more than 2 months, then does not consider owner-occupied loan anymore. And if the investment loan, they don't care you put it on or not. It's an investment loan. Why the lender, they care this is owner-occupied loan? Because interest rate difference. Probably 1/4% to 0.5%. Yeah. And I know a lot of Asian, they like to kind of trick the lender. Occupied loan for rental property. It just doesn't say anything. But I do have a client got caught with it half year later, have to pay off the loan or refinance. Yips! Yeah. Don't ever think the bank, they're stupid. You got about 10% of a chance the bank will come out and knock on the door. Ding, ding, ding. Who are you? Are you the owner? That's it. Yes. It's, if you the buyer's loan, so you are planning to live there for sure, right? We're not so sure. Okay, you're not so sure, right? But you still want to apply for the buyer's owner-occupied loan? Yes, yes, yes. Because the interest rate is lower. Okay, great. Then let me tell you the risk. Don't say I did not say anything. Okay, and that's a risk. Yeah. And if you like to log it, what your conversation, that's good, because this is the that's something they could backfire, sue you. Oh, my agent never told me, the risk and blah 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 blah. I say, well, technically it's not our job. It's a loan agents. Loan agents, they need to disclose. But believe me, loan agent, they won't say anything because they want to make the money either. They want to make the money too. So that's why they assume you are owner occupied. I just hate those paperwork when you receive certified letter. Oh man, something happened when it's got certified letter. And but if it's more than 30 days, CAR form, the RLAS. This is really looks like our lease agreement, but it's a real estate lease after sale. So this is a residential lease after sale. That means the seller stay inside, and they pay monthly rent, not daily rent. That's a difference. If you really want to distinguish SIP, what's the difference between SIP? Well, usually but can you use the, this is a RLAS for seller occupy, seller continue occupy for 30 days or more. But if you have a really stubborn buyer, they just don't like the SIP, the clause. Later I will cover because only one page. Versus on the RLAS, that's 6 pages, like the lease. Can we guys put the even say 2 weeks rent back? Can we put the RLAS? Well, technically I would. It's okay. It's not really against it. Those are stubborn old buyer.
you don't want to have to fight with them. You know, they just don't like the SIP, the seller in possession.
It's like, oh, that's too simple. It's only one page, and you got no security deposit. If anything wrong with it, well, I know where they're coming from. It's okay. Then I'll change to RLAS, and I put it just the leasing date, starting date to the ending date. Put 2 weeks. Then you can put security deposit, you can put this, you can put that. You got certainly more coverage by law, you know, on the paperwork. So that's why I say you don't really have to make, well, that's the way they tell us to do. But sometimes, can you modify a little bit as long as it's not against law? I figured you could. Yeah. And 2, the parties are advised to consult with their insurance and legal advisor for information about liability, damage, and injury to persons and real estate. 3, buyers is advised to consult with the buyer's lender about the impact of seller's occupancy on buyer's loan.
See that?
You need to consult with the loan agent on buyer's loan
if the seller need to rent back.
And half of a listing, what we see right now, is pretty much they all either have to close concurrently or rent back. Some seller, they don't like close concurrently. I mean, they don't like to rent back because they don't like to pay the rent, but they will want to close concurrently. But it's going to be tough for the listing agent is because how can you close concurrently if seller cannot find their property and the buyers, their mortgage rate has an expiration date? That's caught in 22. That's hard.
That's hard. Because I deal with the escrow.
It's a 4 seller, 4 buyer. So it's chain reaction. We all tied up together. My buyer needs to sell the house. My buyer sell their home and buy another house. And the house we bought, the seller need to sell their house and buy another house. And we are the second and the third. So the house they are selling to, you know, my buyers, seller or buyer. Okay, seller and buyer. They're selling their property in the property that the selling. They also could, you know, their buyer also have a house to sell. So it's like, boy, we have 4 escrow tied up together. One fail, everybody fail. It depends on where the chain broke. Luckily, smooth. That we really close concurrently. 1, 2, 3, 4. I cannot say exactly 4 days later, but pretty much within the whole weeks, all escrow closed. That's, you talk about how much pressure, especially I'm the middle one. The first one on the end, they got the end, they probably got a lot of pressure. But the one on the first one, I care less. I'm the first one. If I fail, everybody fail. Yeah. That's why a lot of our friends or family, or you know, even our client doesn't know how much pressure we have to handle, especially like those. Man, not only you have to communicate with 2 escrow, I may have to communicate with the escrow, you know, the one on the first. See how's they're doing. So I can actually communicate the second and the third because I'm dealing with the second and the third. Yeah. And so do the last escrow. They have to communicate with us. So how many listings are I going to talk to? How many buyer's agents I have to talk to? Yeah. Lots of pressure. They just don't know. D, tenant occupied. If it's a tenant occupied property should be vacated at least 5 days. That's a, you know, if you need to selling the property but need to vacate the client prior to close of escrow, unless otherwise agreed in writing. Note to the seller: if you are unable to deliver a property vacate in according with the rent control and other applicable law, you may be breach this agreement. So that means if the tenant cannot move out, whose fault is that? Seller. Seller is breach a contract. When seller breach a contract, they may have to,
have to work with the buyer. If the buyer insists to cancel, not only you have to give their money back, who knows? You might have to pay there some cost, like the inspection, appraisal, whatever the cost may be, or to compensate them because you do not deliver. So that's why when you are selling those property with the tenant, be careful with the tenant. Tenant can ask you something like what? Money. You want to move out? Seller, landlord, how much you gonna pay me to move out? Especially even without the contract, you give it a 60-day notice. They know you are selling the property. They are helping you to show the property, right? I had that issue before. The seller, the tenant didn't really come get out the property, and we just kind of go over. And tenant want to use the security deposit to pay for 1 month's rent. Seller say no, so we stuck there. And then who pay it for? I'm the dual agent. I work on the buyers and listing, and I pay for 1 month's rent for the, So to my buyer, they still have a security deposit. So basically, I pay that 1 month's rent from my commission for the tenant. Somebody gotta pay. Even tenant still stay. Oh yeah. Hey, she's still staying. Yeah. Good thing I still got enough percentage to cover the 1 month. Yeah, I know. So anything could happen. And the or tenant remain in possession, TIP. If for that particular case, what I sell the property, when I submitted this, because purchase agreement I submitted myself to the seller presented, but I have to mark it TIP. Those are separate form. Tenant in possession. So you gotta have to notify both parties. Say tenant still, you selling the property with the tenant, technically. So you can only sell it to the investor, because you're selling with the tenant. So you need this form, a TIP. Yeah. Let me go and finish E and F. We'll stay here. Stop. At the close of escrow, seller assign to the buyer any assigned warranty right, an item included in the sale, and seller shall deliver to buyers available copy of any such warranties. Broker cannot or will not determine the assignability or any warranties. If any item is, I don't know, sometimes the seller, they grab away all the paperwork. So for what? Those are staying like for a newer dishwasher, even garage motor, garage door, sometimes maybe washer and dryer stove, whatever, maybe. Leave those warranty books in the kitchen drawer. Why you took it away for? Or even alarm system. Anything you are leaving to the house. Those items, even the instruction book, I would tell the seller, find it and leave it. So we don't need to receive a phone call bothering by the buyer because of that, right? Yeah, just leave it there. But that's, you as a listing agent, you got to remind sellers. Sometimes seller, when they package the item, they may forget. So before they start packaging, when they start move out the house, tell them to find any instruction book, leave it. Okay, even an old one, 20 years old, so what? Leave it there. So they don't have to, call you, especially alarm system. How to disarm, when the siren get out, leave it there. F, at close of escrow, unless otherwise agreed in writing, seller shall provide the keys, password, codes, and or means to operate all locks, mailbox, security system, alarm, home automatic system, in internet connected device included in the purchase price. Garage door openers. If the property is a condominium or located in the common interest subdivision,
buyer may be required to pay a deposit to the homeowner association to obtain the key to accessible HLA facility.
How many sellers asking for? Where's the pool key?
Seller is not obligated because if the seller return it on the pool key, sometimes they may get a deposit back.
Why should I have to give away?
Okay, that's something new they added here.
Okay, that's why when seller asks you again, the buyers ask you again if you're representing the buyers. Oh, the seller never passed me the key. You check with the listing agent. If you're a listing agent, you say, look, my buyer never used a pool. Okay, so they never apply for the pool key.
Then what do you do?
Buyer need to pay. Not only that, if the investment, who pay?
Tenant. You give it an HOA document or CC&R to the tenant, or HOA information. So have tenant to call HOA directly
to obtain the pool key. Then you tell the tenant, say, you don't have to return it to the landlord when you move out because you return the key, get your deposit back.
End of story.
The landlord is not responsible for the pool key. Later on, on the lease agreement, you'll see that too.
Okay, we'll stop right here. Okay, thank you. 还没有，我现在你跟他讲一下。